Northeast Hill University students' hunger strike entering day 4 today. Two Khasi Students' Union members have been hospitalized amid the continued hunger strike by students. Well, the two hospitalized KSU members have been identified as KV Nelson Wanrap, who is the General Secretary of the KSU NEHU unit, and Morning Star Suting, who is the Assistant Sports Secretary of the KSU NEHU unit. And while the Archik NEHU Students' Union are today joining the protesting NEHU students, the Archik students, along with the protesting students, are reportedly set to organize fast and prayer today at the NEHU campus. Noteworthy is that the students of the NEHU are on an indefinite hunger strike as they demand for the removal of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Prasenjit Biswas. And while reports have come in that concerned over the ongoing protests at NEHU, the Meghalaya government has decided to call VC Shukla next week to take stock of the situation. And reports are stating that the state government is concerned about the situation and also about the students who have their undergraduate exams next week. Well, yesterday, representatives of the Teachers Association of the university met Meghalaya Governor 𝗡𝗘𝗛𝗨 and briefed him about the demands of NEHUTA and the students regarding removing Vice Chancellor Shukla and the situation in the university campus. Well, Professor Prasenjit Biswas, Vice President of NEHUTA, had told Notice Live that Governor 𝗍𝗂𝗪 has expressed concern and urged the teachers to request the students to consider giving breathing space and normalcy be restored in the university. The meeting lasted for close to an hour at the governor's house in Shillong, and he asked the 7-member NEHUTA and Meghalaya Tribal Teachers Association delegation that he will hold a discussion with all stakeholders after about a week or 10 days to arrive at the appropriate solution. The NEHU Students' Union has stated that they would continue their hunger strike for now, and Professor Biswas stated that as the representative of the President of India, as a visitor of the university, Governor is empowered as a Chief Rector to consider the call for an independent inquiry. And to give us more details from the ground from the NEHU campus, we have Professor Prasenjit Biswas, who is the Vice President of NEHUTA. Well, Professor, tell us about the latest update with the recent being two students who were on the hunger strike. It's day 4 today. Two has been hospitalized even after the NEHUTA had a meeting with the governor to restore peace in the campus. But this situation keeps on continuing.
The campus is in a stalemate, primarily because the Vice Chancellor is yet to respond properly to the demands of the students. Now, yesterday, Honorable Governor, who is the Chief Rector of the university, have wanted us to play a mediational role, but no mediation is possible unless the Vice Chancellor blinks and agrees to the basic demands of the students. Now this is a kind of a stalemate, but the students on the other side are suffering. Two have gone already to the hospital. Many of the striking hunger students are experiencing an inclement weather here in Shillong as the temperature is falling, and their health condition is not in the right form. So the situation is becoming more and more serious. When the situation is becoming serious and students are suffering, we are totally concerned about insensitivity of the university officials. They are not able to address a single issue that is raised by the students. And more students are joining. Now the issue has become a northeastern regional issue. We can see here that the central government is not addressing the issue at all, in spite of 96 hours of hunger strike. The state government has come out with a statement. State government is of course responding, but central government must respond, and Honorable Governor has assured us a response. But before most students fall sick, there should have been some immediate first response. That is not coming. We are looking for that. And the students' demand include VC's resignation, because according to students, VC has lost any legitimacy to continue in his position. And he is just continuing without doing anything. And the primary demand of withdrawal or removal of registrar and the other deputy registrar and some other officials have not been yet met. So therefore, unless genuine demands of students are met, how can this stalemate be broken? So we are experiencing a stalemate, but through this stalemate, something great is happening. Atik Student Association will organize a prayer meeting. Yesterday we had a prayer meeting. We are praying to the Lord, the Redeemer, to redeem us of the stalemate, of the unfairness in which we are subjected to by whosoever it be. We are looking for justice very seriously. An entire Northeast is joining. We can see that they are coming together, the students' community. More and more students are voicing the same concern. So therefore, the campus of the Northeastern Hill University at this moment is a great point of convergence. Students who are able to come here are coming. Students who are elsewhere are expressing their solidarity. And the lead student body, Khasi Students Union, one of the most premier student organization of the region, is leading this movement. And I am sure that other student bodies like ASO, NESO, they are also considering participation in this movement. And we as a teachers body, we are welcoming that development. And we think that together we'll reach to a good solution. And we expect that the central government response to the crying need of the Northeast. Northeast requires more sensible approach. On the ground, our students require a better deal. They require a better academic environment, fairness, transparency, openness. All these things went missing when certain appointments take place in a certain manner. And this is the major concern, that the appointments that have happened in Northeastern Hill University have not been up to the standard. Had it been for standard, then students and teachers should not have reacted in this manner. So therefore, there is still a chance to have a dialogue and to correct the situation by addressing the basic demands and by accepting the basic demands made by the students. So this is the situation at this moment on the ground.
Mr. Prasenjit, we also know that in the coming week there is this examination for the undergraduate students. How is it going to happen when the situation is already very deteriorating with the hunger strike continuing?
Yes, students have taken a call on themselves. Student bodies will decide the future of the students and future course of the university as well. Now it cannot be suddenly that students may take up the exam, as teachers will definitely like restoration of classes and the exam because this is our duty. But students will decide their course of action. We will like to persuade them, please come back to the classes, come back to the exam. But unless their demands are met, and unless the obstacles and obstructions created in the process of meeting their demands are also resolved, the Vice Chancellor himself is not able to say anything on its substantial demands. So unless there is a substantial statement on the substantial demands made by the students, I don't see much of a light, except that Honorable Governor has intervened, and state government of Meghalaya has also planning to intervene, and that may open up a new light and a new dialogue through which probably, I'm not very sure, a way out can be found. But unless basic demands are met of the students, I still don't see much of a success there. We are moving in a square circle there. So therefore, we need to straighten the circle and we need to accept the basic demands of the students. That's fundamental in resolving the whole situation.
Well, Mr. Prasenjit, with the NEHUTA, with the Teachers Association yesterday meeting with the governor, what are your next course of action?
No, we are just following our students who are right now suffering, and through their suffering, we are trying to share their suffering on us. We are expressing our solidarity. We are in discussion with them. We are listening to them very carefully. And this is what should happen now. Whatever they want us to do, we are trying to do that. And from our side, we have also expressed our support for their demands. So we go along with those demands. Demand of removal of the Vice Chancellor is the prime demand. Because in the northeastern region, we need a more sensible approach. We have seen earlier, ex-Vice Chancellor of Tripura University, Mr. Dharulkar, had resigned. We had seen what has happened in Manipur University. 𝗱𝗏𝗛𝗏 had to go on a long leave, and then later after inquiry, he was removed by the Honorable President of India. Now we are staring at that situation. Sikkim University students have gone on a hunger strike. Now you can see the actual ground reality of the northeastern central universities. unless center addresses it very carefully, we won't be able to really answer how to come out of this stalemate. So we need to come out of that stalemate. And that is absolutely necessary that center addresses these issues and center directs the Vice Chancellor to really listen to what students are saying, and their demands should be met by the Vice Chancellor immediately. That will be the course of action for the teachers' body as well.
So what do you think these demands are going to be heard? Will there be any solution to this anytime soon?
Yes, there is going to be a solution very soon. I'm hoping for that. Because in the northeastern context, we have seen how student bodies, how teachers' bodies really react. And they have reacted so well in such a civilized manner, in a manner that our center has been invited for a dialogue for resolving the matter immediately. That invitation has to be taken up by the central government very seriously.